Right, good afternoon, VooTubers. It's me. I'm back. I know you were all sat on the edges of your seat waiting for me today, weren't you, VooTubers? It's me. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm Gertie Rude. I'm back again, and I'm in a mood. Listen up. I've still got my allergies, as you can probably hear. I've been decorating my house today for the consternation, which will be the day after tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the penultimate day before the consternation, at which you will find many things happening, most of them in London. Yes, and here in Gertie Rude's homestead, I am baking, dear VooTubers. How much of it will be here on Saturday, I've got no idea. But I am making a sterling effort, I really am. I'm like a stallion let loose in a field, I am. I don't know what bloody hell I'm on about. I've had too much caffeine, to be honest. Anyway, today we got these two bleeding weirdos, psychopaths, and histrionic, bleeding narcissists, one thing and another going on. And here on our right we have the psychopath in chief, Laurie Vallow. She is currently at court or whatever on charges in America. I don't know where. Is it Boise, Idaho, Boise? Don't know. I don't. But if I say lots of American words, it will make it sound like I know what the hell I'm on about. So it's somewhere over in your America. So, yes, something to do with Salem. I think Chad Dumbell lived in Salem. So, I think they were trying to reenact the Salem witch trials the wrong way round. Because between me and you, I think we found ourselves a coven, VooTubers. Yes, we bleed well have. We have. And where's that Matthew bloke with the stones or something? Put them under and keep them there. I don't know. So anyway, she's up on charges for killing extra on an industrial scale, really, including her two kids. I mean, there's some debate. There's no way she just started killing when she met old, what's his name? Angry Mr. Toad, Chad Dumbell, Fatty. Christ knows what that thing is. I mean, he's got to be malignant narcissist as well, hasn't he? Antisocial personality disorder. So, there we are. Wasn't he a sexton? Nobody knows. Anyway, he didn't have a lot of the first three letters of that word sexton. No, he didn't. And that's where he was going. That was where he wrote a load of hooky books that nobody bleeding wants to listen to or read. Just a load of old bullshit, fantasy, religious, sewn into religious shit. Right? He got himself a set of apostles, groupies, who were perimenopausal women, you know. Yes, they were. And they followed him hither and thither. Yes, there was Zulema, who's... God, I've heard John Wedger make more sense of that bleeding Zulema, and that's bleeding saying something. So you've got Zulema, and you've also got, in a secondary role, sort of supporting actor. Supporting part is this thing here on the left. Your Melanie Gibb. Yes, she is a saintly individual, of meek and mild. One might also assume, or almost assume, a Stepford wife, dear viewer. A Stepford wife, no less, dear VooTubers. So, she's so beguiling and fey. Yes, she is. She's all kind of... Well, she's one of those ladies that swoons at the sight of a man ankle or something or other. Or she'll have you believe that. But really, she's sex mania. Yes. Yes, those types always are. So, the story started some point in... No one gives a shit. October or so. 2020, when their children went missing. Obviously, I give a big shit about the children, right? But I don't really want to talk too much about them because it's kind of tacky and none of my business. I want to talk about these narcissists and their little coven of witches run by the wizard-in-chief, the angry Mr. Toad, Chad Dumbell. So we're going to hear from this thing on the left. As I say, she's a supporting actor, a supporting role, supporting the psycho-in-chief, Laurie Vallow. Okay? So here she is on her podcast. They're very religious. They're Latter-day Saints. They go around saving people. Apparently, they were chosen, dear VooTubers. Chosen. 7 billion people on this earthly globe. And one can almost assume the entire known universe. Yes, she and her alone was chosen. Yes, here we go.
Praying and praying.
She's chosen. Yes.
Something happened that was so marvelous. That it changed my heart.
I must say, I really find it quite offensive that you are talking over a bird song. Go on.
And I was filled with love.
Yes.
My head through my torso. And I love it.
Even the bird knows she's talking bullshit. That's why he's trying to sort of overshout her, isn't he?
Powerful that I
Come on.
Christ to do all. I am a testifier of his power.
Yeah, testified.
changing hearts.
She testified about the powers of running away, leaving her 5 children, and making off with David Warwick, who was a sort of another apostle. Johnny come lately to the whole sort of shit show. Yes.
When I started to feel that love, I knew there was something
The bird is over in the corner shouting, "Bullshit, you old bag."
that God has offered me.
Yes.
And since then, I have wanted to share that message.
Yes.
Because I wanted everybody to take it, and I believe that everybody can.
Right.
It's just a decision of desire to want to.
Yeah.
And be willing to look in the mirror at yourself.
Yes. I would look in the mirror right away, forthwith. I would dally no longer. I would get myself a mirror, and I would look in it and say, "Why am I such an old slut?" There you go.
And when you're able to do
Anyway,
that,
we're back.
everything changes.
Yes.
And the Lord will have love and mercy on you.
The Lord will.
And so I started a little bit writing. I just want to start with a little bit.
What is it with narcissists and wanting to bloody write? They think we want to hear. They're so interesting that we want to read about their every second of their so interesting bleeding existence. Shut up.
I love hearing them speak.
Yeah. Yeah. Stand away from the microphone, dear.
Part of a book that I started writing.
Yes.
It's something about a change of heart. I'm not sure what it's going to be called yet. But
No.
what I had learned from my experiences, this is a little part that I felt
She had an experience
of
which none of us know.
I had learned Melanie is a fighter and never gives up.
Jesus.
Why? Maybe that means unhappy.
You're not a fighter. You're a bleeding sheep. You're a follower, aren't you, really? You just followed that bleeding old thing next to you, whose every bleeding bit of makeup and hair shouts, "Hello, it's 1988. She was your icon, wasn't she? Yes, she was, because you're a bit weak and watery. But essentially, you're a follower. But you like a bit of the bleeding limelight, don't you? You have a touch of the old narcissism going on there, dear. Yes. And then it all came on top. Of course, she didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't know nothing. But she knew enough, as we will find out later. Yes. There we go.
Hopelessness and bitterness. I was not and am not willing to settle for less. Father told me who I am.
Right.
He tells me what I can become. Why would I listen to any other voice? I have suffered.
You need to listen to me, dear. Yes, you would be in this shitstorm if you did. Listen to Gertie. I'll put you on the right path. Yes, I will. Yes, come on, Melanie. Melanie.
I have suffered a lifetime of pain. I'm done fighting.
Yes.
I am surrendered.
Yes.
I am his.
Right.
I have all the hope in the world because of my Savior, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
He is the way. There is no other way.
Okay.
I have tried so many other ways, and they do not work.
Yes.
I will follow him. I will love him forever. He changed.
So we can now gather, dear Voodoo viewers, that she is an obsessed stalker of some chap called Jesus. Jesus, Christo. Yes, he needs to get himself out of a restraining order, pretty bleeding pronto and swift. Yes, he does. She's stalking him, dear Voodoo viewers. She is. She's stalking Jesus Christo. Yes.
He snatched my soul from hell and brought me to his bosom. He filled me with his love that would change me forever.
Did he have man boobs?
He can do it. He has done it, and he will continue to do it for eternity.
Yes.
He is my God, and I am his daughter. Yes, a daughter of the living God. I know.
She is the daughter of a living God, no less, which makes her super, super important, I'll have you know, Voodoo viewers. And we all need to listen to her every utterance, because she is the light and the way of the world, you know, Voodoo viewers, or some shit, some it.
Whose I am, I know who has my back. He is magnificent. He is to be praised for.
That might be a thing, actually, Melanie. I will agree with you on that, yes. But I will tell you, as you brought up the subject, who probably hasn't got your back. And I think she's standing just to your right, dear. Yes?
Forever. He overcame the world, a world of sin who betrayed him, yet he partook of the bitter cup and drank for us. Why would you not choose Jesus when it is a choice?
Oh, my God.
Why would you not choose the most powerful being in the universe?
She's such a wet fart, isn't she? Middle-aged bleeding woman. Mooning around after Chad Dumbell. Oh, Chad. Oh, I'll sleep with you, Chad. Well, say sleep, but, you know, won't be a lot of sleeping going on. Do it to me, Chad. Do it to me one more time, Chad.
The
Go
God
on.
who created heaven and earth, the creator of our souls.
Yes.
We are his.
Yes.
And this is what came to me.
But Laurie, to her right, she is smiling. She is the cat that got the queen. Or the cream. Yes, she got the cream. The cream, in this case, metaphorically speaking, yes, was Chad Dumbell. Because he's just a big fat lump of lard. Yeah, angry Mr. Toad. Christ knows. They hid behind Jesus, like, I'm going to press it for you because I've got better things to do in my day. And as I said, I'm baking, right? They hid behind Jesus, okay, to commit an industrial amount of serial killing, yes, and dismembering and all sorts of other things. And I would also think that actually, if they'd have been stopped, sort of, if people had looked into the first one, which was Joseph Ryan, that's definitely hooky, and you can't really blame Chap Dumbell for that because she hadn't met him. But I would say, knowing people like this personally in my whole life, yes, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire in it with a bleeding narcissist. So she didn't just wake up one day and get Alex to kill Chad Dumbell. Did Charles Vallow? Yes, she didn't just wake up one day and get her brother to kill Charles. And I'm given to believe he did some sort of stand up. I mean, wasn't overawed with it. I've seen it on VooTube. And he actually alluded to, he made a joke of the fact that he'd attacked his now dead, deceased brother-in-law. There was some sort of unwholesome relationship going on, which there often is with narcissists. Her father is a raging narc, if not something even worse. I mean, he's really, really off the scale. If you look into her father, what a bleeding weirdo. Someone should say, shut up, old man. Just drink your bloody Ovaltine and keep bleeding quiet. And as for the mother, well, all this time everybody has wondered, what did happen to baby Jane? Well, look no further. She took herself off to Florida, and she gave birth to this thing on the right, Laurie Vallow, Cox, whatever. Oh, I think it was Nay Cox, wasn't it? And then Ryan, then Vallow, then Dumbell, anything else. Jesus Christ. And hid behind Jesus, and Jesus told them, and zombies, there was light and dark people. And suspiciously, all the people Chad didn't like were dark. And all the people that Chad thought didn't like him were dark. Yes, they were zombies and they needed to be slain. But not his kids and that. No, they were all right. Yes, that was good, you know. And they're lucky to get away with their lives, all of them. I mean, how long would it have been if they hadn't been stopped before he started to turn on his little groupies? And definitely with her, they had some weird dynamic going on there. It's obvious what they killed for. It wasn't anything to do with God. They just hide behind that bullshit, yeah? They were doing it for the life insurance, for the social security money, and they also knew that Tylee and JJ, the two children particularly, they might have been children at the time, but they're going to grow up, aren't they? And I think there was a whole lot more to the story of the baseball bat where Charles Vallow was killed, because I've seen the interview. I've been invested in this since they first had a missing, and it's taken them such a long time to get these bar stewards into court. And I don't know if America will put her on the stand. Does she go on the stand? I don't understand American law. Be interesting if she did, though. And she's doing a Letitia Stouch at the moment, isn't she? She's trying to make out she's mental. She is mental, but not in the way that will get her off this charge, if you know what I mean. I mean, she's just a deranged lunatic. The world would be a much better place without these people. But unfortunately, we're saddled with them. So luckily, she'll be in a bleeding penitentiary for the rest of her life. But it's a wonder what a bit of powder and paint will do for one. Yes, lipstick and powder, because you want to see it now. She's devoided of that in penitentiary. Funnily enough, there's no beauty treatments. Yes, I think they should all be lobbying their senators for beauty treatments for the Laurie Vallow, Dumbell, whatever her name is, Cox. From what I heard, she's rather fond of that subject for YouTube viewers. Yes, she was. Yes, Cox by name and sort of something by nature along those lines. I'll say no more. I'll leave it there without casting aspersions and slut shaming. No, because I think she's a shameful slut anyway, so we don't need to shame her anymore, do we? So, she killed her kids. There's something fishy about that poor little daughter of hers. I know how that dynamic works. Her mother was a toxic narcissist. It's bloody hard work. When you're a teenager, you're just finding yourself, you're changing, you're growing, your mind's changing, integrating your id and all this, that, and the other. And you're going from a child to an adult. You kind of still need your mum, yeah? And I see the interview where the police interviewed her cursorily over what happened on the morning of Charles Vallow being slain. Now, the funny thing about that situation was that there was two, and the victim, Charles, and two children. So there's five people that are in that house when that scenario evolved. And yet there's only one person left. Yes. and she's standing to the right of Melanie. Now, if I were Melanie, I'd be looking a bit frightened. Yes, I would. So, yeah, we're never going to know really what happened, but reading between the lines of listening to the police tapes of the interview with Tylee, I don't think Tylee walked out with a baseball bat at all. I think that's bullshit. That was the scenario they painted. When the detective said, why did you woke up, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I woke up. I heard the arguing in the hallway. I knew it was my mum's, it was my ex-stepdad, come to pick up my little brother. I could hear shouting, so I got up, picked a baseball bat up, and walked out the door. The detective said, why did you do that? And she said, I don't know. Now, to be fair, when you wake up in the morning and get up, I mean, she could have got up, put her slippers on. She could have said, well, I got up, put my slippers on, put my dressing gown on. Or I got up, walked out, to see what was happening. Or I picked up a couple of canisters. I picked up a vase. I picked up my mug. Whatever. But she picked up a bat. But she didn't seem to know why. Because the poor little thing, she was covering for her mum and her uncle, wasn't she? That's what was going on there. And as I say, there was money involved as well. And the children had to go. They're in Chadsway. And they're also, it was a convenient belief system for this bleeding old weirdo on the right. Laurie Cock. She's a cocksucker. Yeah, she's a cocksucker. Yes, yes. There was money involved. I think life insurance and everything, wasn't there? I think there was Charles Vallow. There was life insurance, but he was a step ahead of this old fiend here, wasn't he? And left it to his sister to benefit JJ, who she slayed as well. So it's a shit show. It's horrible. It's just vile. That's without getting into that blimmin' Letitia Stouch, isn't it, really? God, Jesus Christ. I must say, America, you are really the number one of serial bleeding killers. You are. And this is just because I can't speak most other languages, so when they happen in other countries, I don't get to hear about them because I don't understand. Yes, could be that. Could be, couldn't it? But where we speak the same language, I can basically get what's going on. Shall we hear what this old boot's saying?
As I was writing, the Spirit filled my soul.
Our spirit filled our soul. Our soul. Yes.
And He has changed me forever.
Yes.
Does that mean I have challenges still? Yes.
Yes.
I want you to listen.
It's changed her into a bleeding wet perimenopausal old boot. Yes. And a psycho enabler. And she sat there in her interview. She was so animated and excited to have the spotlight on her. I mean, her narcissism is raging off the scale. I don't know whether you're like me and you've seen the interviews. I've seen the ones she gave the police and the one she gave Nate Eaton on the Idaho News network channel, whatever it is. And she was definitely loving herself. Big style, Vutu Vus. Yes, she was. Because she had a little fizzle in the spotlight. And stupid bollocks on her right, Laurie, she sold her, well, she threw her under the bus, didn't she? Sold her down the river. And told the police that this old thing here, my friend Melanie's got the children. And of course, Melanie's like, no, I haven't got the children. But she said in the interview herself, she didn't get on with Tylee anyway, so didn't really care that she was missing. Just thought she was at college, didn't care. Bugger. And JJ was a drug baby. So, I think there was a lot of devaluing the children that went on first. And because these lot are so narcissistic, so creepily and eerily, yes, Laurie, no, Laurie, 3 bags full, Laurie, can I carry your handbag, Laurie? Just bleeding idiots that were her little sheep, her little followers and everything. Because it's so much easier to be weak, isn't it? Because you can just stand there. I think there's another one involved called Audrey Barrow. No one cares what her surname is. She's just appeared, right? And she's a grown woman of she's got to be about 50 or 40 or something that no one gives a shitty, right? An adult. And she's like, well, I didn't ask any questions because I believe in God. Yes, I just trusted them. I did. I'm a very trusting, naive person. Grow up. Honestly, that is no excuse. That's just the hiding place for the weak, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know because I didn't want to know. I did know. I did, and I would tell you that I do. But obviously, I want to be a victim. Do you know what I mean? Bit of money, compo. Oh, I'm mentally tormented now. I am Vutu Foos. I need a compo claim. I do Vutu Foos. Poor little me. Yes, I do. I was the disciple. I was taken in and led astray by Chad Dumbell and Laurie Cox. Oh, yes, I was. They should all be in prison, really. They're all arseholes.
Listen to my friends also because their
You ain't got no friends, dickhead.
that it gives me hope of what journey
Yes.
I'm on.
God told me to run off and leave me kids.
And I am
Yes.
blessed and privileged to know them.
Take up with another man.
And please feel free to ask questions.
Take up with David Warwick. Yeah, he's more wet than I am. Yes, that's what he said. Jesus told me to do it, YouTube.
Ask questions as well. Thor, do you want to kind of start a little bit?
No, not really.
Yes.
I think this is Jason Mouse, so we're over. I've just done Melanie today because it's all I can be bothered to do. They're just tedious. It's just horrible. They're just horrible. I mean, I don't know whether it's a fortnight into the trial yet, but it's sort of a daily evolution. It's a dynamically dynamoing on, it is. Yes, there's a new revelation every day. They're not really revelations because you can read between the lines, really. I mean, when the kids went missing, you hoped for the best, but you kind of feared for the worst. And you could see straight off they were narcs. You know, you could. I mean, she was 50. She was walking around with a bleeding minge fringe, wasn't she? Eh? No one 50 walks around like that. Bleeding, oh, look at me. I've dyed my hair blonde and I've got a minge fringe on. Everybody look at me bum. Stupid mare. Anyway, bye VTuber. Bye.